Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Innkeeper, and today we're going to be playing some more Bridge. Last session, we completed the 40-meter crisscross somehow. I don't really know how. It was a little bit of a mess, I'm not going to lie. 18-meter split, 18-meter split joint, the 60-meter overpass, and the 42-meter balloon jump, followed by the, well, yeah, followed actually, by the 60-meter double drawbridge, which we will never speak of again. I've been looking up, tips and tricks to, bridge building mechanics, and I have fell flat on my face. It's fine. Mo's trying to eat every piece of wood he can find, really. I think he's trying to get in there, actually. There you go. You're in there now. Right. There we go. I've only looked up old stuff. I've not looked up any of the maps I've not done yet on tips and tricks to see how I can better do it. So there we go. Just saying, I don't want to spoil anything for myself. There you go today. The music has once again just turned itself down. Let me just turn up a little more. How's that? You gotta have the nice music. It's very soothing. Anyway, what are we doing here? 18-meter drawbridge. So it's another one of these. We've got 32k and unlimited everything, which is pretty cool. So we want to go ahead and get ourselves a normal road. Now, I need to learn to take the grid off. This is what people have been telling me. I do apologize about that. I don't feel like I need to have it off now, but I feel like for the more precise stuff, having the grid off does give you see right there, it gives you that extra inch, which is quite nice. You look up right there. I mean, when you're going directly up, it doesn't really do much, but on the corners, it does help out tremendously. So we're going to try and do a lot of stuff with that today. Also, steel. I've not been using too much steel. I need to get around to doing that. I'm not sure what I'm really going to do for this. It's actually a good point. I don't think it's high enough. I think, yeah, if we get rid of these middle ones right here, it's probably a good idea to sort of start going up by about this point. There we go. We start going up by about this block. I like to be precise anyway. The grid does help with precision. But when we don't need it, we'll know. We'll know when we don't need the precision. Is this a good spot? Not really. I want to make sure we can actually have some sort of middle here. This is the sort of awkward thing. The sessions between playthroughs are quite far apart because I record a lot of stuff and there's a lot of backlog because this is my job. So there we go. So it's well, that, and also you got a bunch of other stuff to do that isn't YouTube related. So I have to have a lot of videos in the background because I like to release a video a day. Okay, I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, usually it takes a long time before I can actually have my little session. So that's why I'm a little bit slow in the first sort of few minutes when I try to get used to whatever the hell we're doing again. Like I said, I have looked at a few videos, as I usually do, before I start playing, just to refresh my memory what the hell's going on. But usually it doesn't help. So there we go. I mean, well, it does help. But when I'm actually talking while building, I tend to sort of screw up a little bit more. I just like the idea of there being, like, just the bit in the middle. It makes sense to me just to have the road in the middle. It's kind of awkward to do that though when we're curving up like this, but it's a very big boat, and if we did make it in the middle, we wouldn't get it high enough, I don't think, anyway. So we need to have it sort of curve up a little bit. Do we need it to curve up at all, in fact? I feel like we do, but then again, we got two cars right here. The only problem is one of them's quite long. Tell you what, if we just bin this so I can refresh my memory. I always like to... It says there's a drawbridge. I think that's too high up. There we go. I always like to sort of see if I can, like, break it a bit. So let's see if that's going to happen. Well, I don't always like to. Let's take the grid off, because that'll make our lives a lot easier when we're trying to make these angles. Wait, are we actually limited on roads? No, we're not. Alright, okay then. For there's some structures that don't allow you to build within the outline, but there are some that do allow it. Roads does and doesn't allow it sometimes. It's a bit weird. That's fine. Then we take the grid off. Make sure to remember the hotkey. This probably isn't really going to do much. We can have the sort of middle bit. We have cables, don't we? Yeah, we've got cables. We could have like a middle bit right here. I'm not sure how well this is really going to go. But if we just sort of have like the middle go across like this. I like to use steel on the top now. That's what I've realized. Not realized, but apparently a lot of people use steel instead of wooden beams when they get to this point. This is going to be kind of awkward. That's fine. Only on the top layer, though, and then they just sort of use normal wood. So that's pretty cool. Not on this bit, though. No, these two parts need to be connected to these two bits. No, this probably isn't going to work. I'm fine with that. Let's make sure we take the grid off. There we go. Ooh, it looks like the grid actually snaps it a little bit for you. It's amazing what taking the grid off can really do for you. It's fantastic. Alright, there we go. So you got sort of this little weird thing right now. Probably can't keep itself. Oh no, it can keep itself up. Well, we'll see if it can go across now, I suppose. I imagine it's going to hit whatever's going to come by, because it's probably quite a large thing. I keep turning the sound up. I think the sound's actually fine. Oh, there we go. There we go. We did it. Lovely. Well, that was easy. Did I have to do that? It said drawbridge, right? Maybe a drawbridge isn't what I think it is. Okay, this looks pretty cool. It's a 30-meter double overpass drawbridge. Great. Okay, this looks quite hectic. Wow. I mean, it's cool at the same time. It just means that we're going to have to sort of go over these two as an overpass would. But then this middle bit right here will require some sort of drawbridge. It's got some suspension right here. Do we have unlimited of everything? We do. We also have 68. Can we just do what we did there just a minute ago? We probably can. Although I feel like it will be quite expensive. I'm just going to leave the grid off for this bit. Well, I don't like to leave the grid off for this bit. There you go. It's good for making those precision plays. Precision plays, sure. Let's make sure these are aligned properly. There we go. And we'll do the same for this one. That's not right. That's not right at all. Why the hell's that off a little bit? Alright, it's because Did I start them off grid? I don't know. I guess I just sort of start from here instead. I may as well do that. There we go. Then we'll go along like this. And then we'll just sort of make our way down by about here. We'll take the grid off for this bit. Ooh, we're slightly off. That is a joke. Okay, it's fine. We can sort of just get a middle right here. Well, it's not a middle. We can just sort of move this bit back a little bit. We'll do the same with this part. Kind of annoying, but oh well. We can get used to it. In fact, we can move these move these out of each other's way. Sort of space them out, as it were. There we go. I said it in the end. Let's do the same thing that we did with the steel. It's probably a very boring way of completing these challenges, but it worked last time, so I don't see any reason for it to not work this time. So I guess we're just going to give it a go and see what happens. It might be quite expensive, though, but we do have 68 grand. The only problem I really have right now is well, no, it should be alright. Maybe the small ones might collide, but if we're lucky, we might be alright. I do have the grid off right now, but we should be alright with that. There we go. We should be completely fine. Now, we do have these bits right here that will help us out if this doesn't work. Yeah, okay. So if we just go ahead and get some steel, we'll poke it up to about here, and then we'll just keep these sort of 3 points right here held up, and we'll do the same on the other side. Sort of just the corners. Yeah, the corners seem to be keeping themselves up, although the middle bit right there is getting a lot of stress. Alright, let's see if we hit anything. Looks like we're all good. Alright, we're going up right here. Ooh, still quite a lot of stress on that corner right there, but it looks like we're fine. There we go. That was that was very easy. I feel like I'm in the sort of mood right now. However, we're not really doing anything too crazy just yet. Okay, the crisscross will change it. Now, we have completed the desert trials or whatever the hell it was. I like the bit there. It was a little bit strange. Yes, the desert tiles are complete. So now we're on to the new area, which looks quite Greek-like, which is fantastic. 20-meter double overpass. 16 grand, surfer's van. Said van. Surfer's van. Surfer's van. Wunderbar. Anyway. Oh, right. Okay, so we're going back to the basics right now. We do have the overpass. We have 16 grand, so we've got to be quite precise here. Do we want to leave the grid on? I kind of want to take it off. I feel like it saves you a little bit of money. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. Do I want to just go up right here and then, like, go up and then move it? Nah, that doesn't really make my life easier. I like the idea of it being quite precise, but it's quite awkward to do that. Awkward, apparently, to do that. There we go. So this is pretty much it. We're good to go at this point. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did last time. Let's make sure we just space these out. Take the grid off. There we are. Just make sure we can actually get the V's going on right there. The V's. Get the V's. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. Now, we only have wood, which is quite interesting. So it's going to make things a little bit awkward. Although it might just be... then again, the surfer's van. Okay, we might want to start this bit off with a bit of a sort of less steep incline. That should be pretty good. Ooh, this is starting to get a bit awkward. No, it should be alright there. There we go. Less steep incline sounds wrong to me. What am I trying to say? Less sharp? I don't know. I mean, no, steep sounds right to me, but I feel like there's another word. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, I feel like there's another word I'm missing. Like this bit as well. We could definitely have it go down a little bit more. Oh, okay. That didn't work completely, actually. So what am I doing wrong here? We have quite a lot of money left. It's usually when you're missing out on something here. We could just make this go up a little bit more than do this. Nah, it doesn't seem to work at all. Right, okay. It might be just one of those weird things where... I say weird things. It might be just one of those readjustment jobs, or you just sort of have to go up by an extra little bit. I mean, these aren't perfectly centered. Maybe that's one of the issues... Excuse me. One of the issues that we're having right now. It just completely falls apart. Are we missing anything? Doesn't look like it. Okay, then. So, ancient ruins. Double overpass. So, yeah, we gotta do something around here. I mean, the bottom isn't very secure. But that's probably not the issue that we're having right now. Can we just have this go into the rock? I'm not sure how it works. It looks like it does sort of collide a bit. What? Well, that helped it for some reason. Sure. Sure, why not? I'll take that. That's fine. Okay, then let's just remember that for future bridges. That for some reason having a little bit at the bottom helps a lot. I like it. This is good. So this is a 24-meter double drawbridge. Oh, God. Looks like we can't avoid this one. We only have 12 roads available, so it's forcing us to do a drawbridge right here. 4 steel and unlimited hydraulics with limited cable. Limited to 6. Okay, let's go with the grid right now. Let's just go all the way across. So, yeah, that's all 12. We have to keep it flat. And it looks like we have a point right here, which I have to imagine is for cables. What is that? Is that on the Greek pillar? Yeah, it looks like it's on an archway. Okay, then. That's pretty cool. So we got an archway for stability. And we have to make sure these bits in the middle right here are actually drawbridges. Now, we do have them sort of doubled up, which is kind of weird. It means the middle bit right here is going to be a little bit off. Does that mean that we've got to keep the center as an island? Do we have to do that again? Well, I say again. I do apologize for you hear random eating noises right there. Or right here. Merv is sort of gnawing away at some wood. So he's distracted. It's better than rattling around or anything like that. But it might be a little bit annoying. I do apologize about that. The mic catches quite a lot. The sub mic? Anyway, yeah. I'm not sure why I said that afterwards. Right. So, yes. We're limited to 4 steel. I keep middle mouse clicking when I want to scroll around. I've been playing a lot of Planetary Annihilation recently. And to sort of move around the map, you have to use your steel. So, there we go. I mean, to move around the map, you use the middle mouse button. On this, middle mouse button is your scroll. So, it's a bit weird. Or your circle bar access thing. It says it on here. Tool wheel. There we go. Says it. There we go. I know what it's called. It's going to be quite awkward. Especially with the unlimited hydraulics. Hydraulics are usually quite expensive, but it also means that we have to use quite a lot of them if it's not limiting us. Of course, I prefer not to be limited, because it means that there's a bunch of different ways you can actually go around with doing this. We could do the same thing we did before, where we have just sort of the massive bridge, but I think this is too big. And because they're sort of awkwardly connected, and I have to imagine A has to go through first and then B goes through, which means that we can't go off from this side. Oh no, we can still go off from that side. We've got to make it stable first. This is going to be quite hard, actually. It's going to be fairly difficult. Okay, so let's just double check. Cables of 6, hydraulics of 4. It looks like it might work as a bridge. Of course, with the limited steel, I can't really do that. Because I was going to think, like, maybe we just lift this bit up. Like, the whole layer. Just this whole bit, lift up like an elevator. I'm not sure if that's really going to work. This is the one that we get stuck on. Because this one's quite interesting. Especially with the limitations. So we got cable right here. Now, I'm not just sure if maybe we're going to use the cable just to keep the steel up. What do we do with this bit of steel, though? That's quite expensive, I imagine. Yep, that is probably too much. I keep doing that. That's very annoying. It's mostly the middle, really, to be honest. I'm not too sure how to have this work when we haven't got one that's directly in the center. And we're limited to 12 roads, which means we can't edit with this whatsoever. This has to look like this, or it has to be connected in this way. We might just want to sort of muck around with the first bit right here, just so we know what we're doing. I haven't actually been timing myself. I forgot about that. Alright, I usually like to get a few of them done. It means we're going to have a few skips. It's fine. I'm okay with this. So how far does hydraulics go? Okay, so it's not that far. And then we've got the steel right here. These are the kind of ones where you've got to be quite creative. So if we can't have hydraulics going through, because they get the brake from the force of the ships or the ferries going through. We want to keep the speed high right there. We could just sort of start off with the wood right here. We keep me on a mouse clicking. Stop it. My god, man. Yeah, I mean, the island has to exist anyway. So we have to get something like that done. It's going to be awkward how we really get it done. Especially with this bit of steel right here. It's not going to have any support. So we'd have to have it sort of in the middle right here. But then we need to keep it stabilized. Awkward. Very awkward. Unless we could just do that other weird thing that we did. Where for some reason it will just work if we do this. No, it doesn't. It will drag along. Okay, I thought it would like somehow hitch onto it or something. That would have been funny. Alright, let's get rid of this bit of steel. Let's work on this side. So we have cable right here. The problem is if we do this, the cable's going to snap if we go through there. So we have to have like another piece of steel on the other side maybe. But then we start having a few problems, I feel. Maybe that's what we meant to do. Oh, keep that up. This bit's going to be awkward. I'm not looking forward to it. So if we do this, which I don't feel like is going to make much of a difference. Yeah, it really doesn't. Unless we try and keep it stable again. We're using all of our steel now, I think. Something just tells me this is what we're meant to do. So, it's fine. We can go back on it. I imagine some people right now are probably quite annoyed, but oh well, I do apologize about that. Alright, so if we... this is quite evenly spaced already, so we can just do this. Does the game mind if I go through the steel like that? It looks like it's connecting to it in a very, very awesome manner. I feel pretty content with that connection right there. Alright, let's see if this just keeps it up. Oh, can't drag along if you've got these selected. Maybe I should just zoom out. There we go. That makes our lives a little bit quicker. Or easier. Oh, I think we're missing a bit. Yep. Yeah, it doesn't make much of a difference. We do have more cables. No. Okay, then. If we just go for this. No. Interesting. So it just completely falls down. We can't support the weight of all of it anyway. I mean, that bit sticks around, I suppose. Man, this is awkward. I don't know how to go through this one. Alright, let's delete that. Maybe I'm using the steel wrong. It's a possibility. Let's get the roads again. Oh, I'm split jointing that. You can split joint these, by the way, apparently. So that's fine. That's what I should have done the crisscross one, apparently. So there you go. I'm probably... Yeah. Start that again. I'm probably speaking very slowly today. I do apologize about that. Not as quirky, I would say, as I usually am. It's because I'm thinking, okay? I don't play many puzzle games. I'm only playing this game because it has bridges in it, okay? This is... That's it. That's how it's working for me right now. We're just gonna do that. Oh, that's not gonna work. Maybe that's what we're meant to do. And then that's how you get the ropes connected. No, this is awkward. Can we not move these at all? Like, any further up? We really can't. What with our limited amount of funds? And our steel. Do we just have the one big one in the middle? Not really. I don't think that's going to make it any difference whatsoever. We could give it a go, though. It sounds kind of fun. And then we can go for our cables and do this. Oh, it's not what I want to do. Can I not go any higher than that? Let's make sure we go lower down. Actually, I kind of like them being a bit higher up. And then we'll just sort of go across like this. It doesn't make a difference, especially this bit. This is the awkward part, because we can't connect it to anything, so it feels like this has to go down like this. But that doesn't work. Looks like we got a rock down there. Maybe we can use that as support. Let's try that. I wanted to go in. Ah, I want to make some chopstick action.